I'm Brittany Lewis, a breaking news reporter here at Forbes. Joining me now is Matt Taglia, Senior Director of Emerson College Polling. Matt, thanks so much for coming back on.
Happy to be here.
Emerson College has some polling out of the 7 swing states today. And as you and I have talked about really for months now, the election is coming down to these critical battleground states. So let's get into the numbers. Let's dive in. Let's talk about them. Here they are according to the poll. In Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, Trump is up 1. In Michigan and Wisconsin, Harris and Trump are tied. In Arizona, Trump is up 2. And in Nevada, Harris is up 1. So when you hear the numbers, when you see this breakdown, what sticks out to you?
Well, I think apart from Arizona, Nevada, and Pennsylvania, we see tightening here. So, compared to September, Harris has gained 2 points relative to Trump in Georgia, 1 point in Wisconsin, and then Trump has gained 2 points relative to Harris in North Carolina and 1 point in Michigan. And then, as you said, those Arizona and Nevada numbers, those have diverged. We see Trump now has a 2-point lead in Arizona, 1 point lead for Harris in Nevada. So I think those are the 2 states where we have a little bit better idea of what's going on. I think that this late in the game, we're starting to see people really make up their minds. We've got less than a month now until Election Day, and some ballots in these states have already gone out for absentee voters.
And these numbers indicate that this is a tight race. It's really anybody's race. But when you break down the numbers here by demographic, what are you seeing?
Well, we're seeing different things in different states. But overall, one trend that we've seen is the divergence between men and women. We see that Vice President Harris is up among women in all states but Arizona. But former President Trump, he is up by, in most cases, slightly higher digits among men in all of these states. So that's one trend that's held pretty steady. I think if I'm the Harris campaign, I want to see that number among women really grow. I think Arizona, that's going to be tough. She cannot win the state while losing female voters. So, in some of these states like Pennsylvania, she really wants to run up that score, try and get it closer to that sort of 58% mark, something around there to feel comfortable.
As we know, Donald Trump is a pretty polarizing political figure. When Kamala Harris stepped into the race over the summer, the biggest complaint I was hearing from voters is we don't know much about her, despite her being the vice president for a few years. Now she's really had the chance to reintroduce herself on the national stage. Donald Trump is in full swing campaigning, and you guys actually found the favorabilities of both candidates. So what did you find?
We did, and we found that in most cases, Harris posts better favorability than Trump. That's not uniform across the board, but in most cases, Harris is now well known. She is generally well liked by a majority in some cases. But that's not to say that there aren't those who are displeased with her or have unfavorable ratings of her. We also tested former President Barack Obama to see how his number compares to both Harris and Trump. And we found that his favorability is much higher than both of the candidates, hovering in the 55 to 57% mark in most of these states. So it's interesting to see. And, if the former president decided to get on the campaign trail more actively in some of these states, that could be a real boost for Harris.